Hey writers, it's Corina Seligman, Wellness Coach, and today I want to start off with my very special series that I'm going to be doing all month around the anniversary of quarantine, which is inevitably going to bring up a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. This is definitely a collective trauma we've all been through to varying degrees. And I just want to start off by saying that if you have ever been interested in starting a meditation practice or just checking it out, now is a really good time to do that, because our nervous systems are going to be a little bit more activated right now, and we're going to be having a little bit less control over organizing our feelings, thoughts, and emotions. So it's a really good time to sit in stillness. So even if you think that you can't meditate because you get too distracted and all that, trust me, you are not alone in that. We all do. I still do, and I have a daily practice. So I just want to keep it really, really simple and show you a technique that has worked for me for a really long time. So it won't hurt, and don't worry if you don't feel like you're doing it right. It's a practice. It's not something that you perfect and get right forever and ever. You will have your good days and your bad days, and it will change your life in very subtle ways. So go ahead and get into a comfortable upright seated position. You can even lay down if that's more comfortable for you. If you're sitting in a chair, place your feet squarely on the ground. If you're sitting on the floor or on the couch or anything, you can sit cross-legged, just making sure that your sits bones are evenly distributed on whatever's beneath you. Making sure your spine is nice and straight. You can tuck your chin in slightly to elongate the back of your neck. Roll out your shoulders a bit, loosen your jaw, just making sure everything is nice and loose and relaxed. And the first thing we're going to bring our attention to is our belly. So you can place a hand over the belly and just let it be soft. You don't need to prove that you have a nice, flat, tight stomach right now. You don't need to hold your stomach in because you're nervous or anxious. Just let it be soft. And begin taking nice, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nostrils. And see if you can feel your breath from your belly into your hand. And when you're ready, if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And you can keep your hand on your belly for the remainder of this practice, or you can rest it gently in your lap. There's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're comfortable and you can sustain this for a few minutes. Now, with your eyes closed, imagine you are walking. You could be walking down a street or a path, anywhere that comes to mind. And remember, this doesn't have to be realistic. You could be walking somewhere in another country, in another time. Whatever naturally comes to mind. Don't spend too long laboring over it. Looking down at your feet, noticing the rhythm of every step you take. Step, 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 step. You're not in a rush. Your slow breath is in sync with your steps. And let's take 3 slow, deep breaths here, just focusing on the rhythm of walking and breathing. Now, as you continue on your journey, You'll notice that some thoughts will arise, some sensations, all kinds of things will arise and try to interfere with you focusing on your breath. Every time you have a thought, instead of holding on to it and trying to problem solve or trying to effortfully push it away, just label it thought, thought, thought. And continuing to remember to come back to your breath. And now, to make it a little bit more visual, every time a thought enters your mind, imagine it passing you by on this road you're walking down. So it could be in the shape of a person you pass, or a tree, or a street light. You're just walking forward, thought, thought, thought. And continue coming back to your breath, coming back into the rhythm of every step you're taking. And let's just do this for 3 more breaths now that you have all these tools. And remember, thoughts will arise. It will all arise. It's never going to be 100% still, but the idea is just to stay on your path with your breath and your steps and allow everything else to pass you by. So 3 more breaths here. So please feel free to come back to this technique in whatever way works for you. Experiment with it. Walk down whatever different paths come up for you each time. And you could try this before going to sleep at night as well. It's a really nice calming way to end the day. May you have much more stillness in your heart and in your soul today. Thank you.